Next, we have Miles Laviolette. He's a sophomore at Culver City High School. He's a citizen of the United Kingdom, and he hopes to gain a political career there. He seeks to improve unity and solidarity in order to work towards a brighter future. His presentation is titled Democracy Royale, so please welcome Miles Laviolette.
Good evening, everyone. See, it's very high quality mic. Much better than it was in the rehearsals. Anyway, today I am here to ask you all a rare question that applies to the political fields of every nation all around the globe. Raise your hand if you think that democracy alone is enough. That democracy alone is enough. You can put your hands down now. After all, democracy does build that bridge between the people and the power of a nation. So, in general, we should kind of expect that democracy alone results in the greatest benefit for the greatest number of people. Unfortunately, though, it appears that expectations can be deceiving. Democratic nations, locally and globally, still run into accounts of corruption, divisiveness, and kleptocracy. And even if the democratic process is supposed to eventually fix these issues peacefully in the long term, there are still plenty of civil unrest or even outbursts of violent uprisings against democratic governments. The question is, if democracy is designed with the intent to prevent these issues, then why do they still happen? The issue may possibly be in, one second, the issue may possibly be connected to an aspect of human nature that has impacted all of us since the dawn of time. It's a theory that I call the figurehead complex. And here's how it works. Nations are collective formations of human unity and cooperation, much like how animals form packs. Now, every pack has an alpha, and one very essential role of an alpha is to maintain the unity and solidarity of their pack. Now, in a nation, a full-fledged alpha, a dictator, would be an undemocratic travesty. But the role of figurehead will naturally be taken by somebody. Therefore, it is best to separate the roles of figurehead and ruler. Or else, as we see in republics, the ruler will aspire to be the figurehead of the nation. And once they've completed that step, that is all they need to have in their position to become a dictator. So, who will take this role as the figurehead of the nation to keep a ruler from being a dictator? Fortunately enough, that question has already been answered. The figurehead of a nation is a role manifested best by a figurehead monarchy. Now, of course, this form of monarchy, the monarch would have no political power, but they would still embody national identity. Role models of this system include nations like the United Kingdom, Norway, Sweden, Japan, and plenty more. In 2017, according to the Pew Research Center. 18% of Americans do not trust their federal government. That same year, according to the International Republic Institute, 73% of Poles do not trust Polish political parties to uphold democratic standards. In late 2018, the Republic of France has suffered from the Yellow Vest riots, some of the biggest riots the nation has seen in decades. Free speech is cracked down upon in Russia, and the Republic of Pakistan has seen 43 political assassinations by now. Now, according to Oxford political scientists, in 2017, Petra Schleicher and Edward Morgan Jones, constitutional monarchies have a higher rate of regular election when compared to both directly and indirectly elected presidents in republics. That means that they have less early elections and less cabinet reshuffles or replacements. And those statistics show how much more accountable, democratically accountable, constitutional monarchies are in comparison to republics. But the functionality of a constitutional monarchy, though, doesn't quite work like magic. After all, democracies are safer from dictatorship with a monarchy because that natural role of figurehead is given to that certified monarch so that the leader of a nation will be more likely obligated to only serve the people of the nation. But when there is no monarchy or no certified figurehead, the president of a republic is basically a possible center of the world to his nation, to his or her nation. And with that status, they can get away with things like corruption and kleptocracy and dictatorship and overall serving only their self-interests. And going into how this constitutional monarchy system affects directly the people, it is definitely noticeable. When one lives under a figurehead monarch, it feels a sense of belonging and empowerment. The royal family embodies the culture, national identity, and unity of a nation. Not only nations will have their freedoms and their rights and what constitution they draw up for themselves, but all those privileges granted by constitutions they give themselves will have strength from the monarchical solidarity of the figurehead monarchy. We can see with this progressive form of monarchy a whole new world, a whole new future of democracy ahead of us. We can see once forlorn nations rise from their despair and join us into a future of progress. We could see things like, for example, the feared dictator of Russia, Vladimir Putin, in the future replaced by a trustable, honorable prime minister of the future democratic Tsardom of Russia. We can see things like what now is the mistrusted President Macron of the Republic of France, or even other mistrusted presidents in the Republic of France. In the future, can be prime ministers of the democratic Kingdom of France. democratic standards will be inalienable to the future Kingdom of Poland. Saudi absolutism and Middle Eastern dictatorship in the future succeeded by democratic Arab sultanates. Civil war will only be a legend to the future democratic Kingdom of Afghanistan. The now troubled Republic of Nigeria in the future may be the emerging democratic Kingdom of Nigeria. And those are only a few examples of the countless nations that could benefit from constitutional monarchy. The divisiveness, the kleptocracy, the political dysfunction of a republic cannot penetrate the pride, the love, the unity of the strong, united, solid, accountable, democratic kingdom. Thank you very much.